Yang berbahagia Dato Izzaddin Idris, Chief Executive Officer UEM Berhad. Yang berbahagia Profesor Madya Dr Abdullah, Pengarah Bahagian Hubungan Industri Kementerian Pengajian Tinggi. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dato Insinyur Dr Abdullah Muhammad, Dekan Fakulti Kejuruteraan dan Alam Bina, Pengurusan Fakulti Kejuruteraan dan Alam Bina, kaki tangan akademik dan bukan akademik, dan seterusnya, para pelajar FKAB yang dihormati sekalian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Marilah sama-sama kita mengucapkan rasa syukur kehadirat Allah kerana dengan izinnya Majlis CEO at fakulti program ini dapat kita langsungkan. Bagi memberkati majlis kita pada petang ini, sama-samalah kita mulakan dengan bacaan umul kitab Al-Fatihah. Hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, pihak majlis terlebih dahulu ingin mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada yang berbahagia Dato Izzaddin Idris dan juga delegasi dari UEM kerana atas kesudian meluangkan masa untuk hadir ke program seminar yang telah dijalankan, yang telah dirancangkan ini. Hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, sebelum kita meneruskan majlis kita pada petang ini, sama-samalah kita mendengar sedikit ucapan oleh yang berbahagia Profesor Dato Insinyur Dr Abdullah Muhammad sebagai kata-kata aluan kepada para hadirin sekalian. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sejahtera. Yang bahagia Dato Izzaddin Idris, CEO UEM Group Berhad, Profesor Madya Dr Abdullah, Pengarah Bahagian Hubungan Industri Kementerian Jabatan Pendidikan Tinggi, semua pensyarah, pentadbir daripada UKM dan juga UEM. Syukur Alhamdulillah kita dapat bersama sekali lagi petang ini bersama dengan CEO at UKM, program CEO at UKM ni bersama Dato Izzaddin Idris. Beliau meluangkan masa lah pada petang ni, jadi satu usaha yang saya rasa sangat dihargai oleh Fakulti Kejuruteraan dan Alam Bina. Bukan senang nak jumpa dengan CEO satu syarikat yang besar, ya, syarikat. Jadi saya rasa pelajar yang datang pada ini adalah pelajar yang bertuah daripada tahun 4 kan, banyakkan tahun 4 yang semua memang nak mencari pekerjaan tahun depan. Dato' Izzaddin yang cakap tadi, kalau siapa yang aktif nanti mungkin akan menarik perhatian dia boleh rekomen untuk dapat kerja ke tahun depan. Terima kasih kepada penganjur PHI dan juga bahagian HEJIM di fakulti dan juga kementerian kerana telah mewujudkan program CEO at universiti ni. Saya hadir semasa majlis makan malam baru ini. Memang ratusan puluhan CEO dari seluruh Malaysia terlibat dalam program CEO at universiti, IPT dan IPTS, dan mereka ingin mencurahkan pengalaman, pemikiran dan sebagainya kepada para pelajar dan juga kepada tenaga akademik. Saya tahu saya tak nak buang masa, sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua yang dapat hadir pada petang ini. Saya sendiri dan semua pelajar-pelajar nak mendengar Dato Izzaddin punya presentation, dan kalau boleh kita maksimiskan masa tersebut. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih kita ucapkan kepada yang berbahagia Datuk Dekan di atas kesudian untuk menyampaikan sepatah dua kata. Dan memang Datuk Dekan sebenarnya hanya memberikan sepatah dua kata sahaja kerana untuk memberikan lebih masa kepada Datuk Izzaddin sendiri lepas ini. Kita akan sama-sama mendengar amanat dari beliau yang akan berkongsikan pengalaman dan sebagainya berkenaan dengan UEM Group. Okey. Jadi tanpa mengambil masa lagi, majlis ini mempersilakan yang berbahagia Dato Izzaddin Idris, Chief Executive Officer UEM Berhad, untuk menyampaikan ucapan bismillah kepada engineer in the future. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih saudara pengacara majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang bahagia Profesor Dato Insinyur Dr Abdul Muhammad, Dekan Fakulti Kejuruteraan Kimia, Profesor Madya Dr Abdullah, Pengarah Bahagian Hubungan Industri Jabatan Pendidikan Tinggi, Pengurusan Dekan Fakulti Kejuruteraan dan Environment, rakan-rakan daripada UEM, dan khususnya tuan-tuan dan perempuan sekalian. Tuan-tuan dan perempuan, bila tuan-tuan dan perempuan kan sama standard lah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, selamat petang, selamat tengah hari, salam negaraku. Pertama kali saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada pihak universiti kerana menganjurkan sesi pada hari ini. Sebenarnya saya tak ada masalah, Dato'. Kalau tetapkan masa, insyaAllah saya datang. Tapi ialah saya terpaksa reschedule session hari ini. Sepatutnya kita adakan lebih awal lagi. Tapi kerana saya amat berminat untuk berkongsi pengalaman dengan warga pelajar di universiti-universiti tempatan, khususnya Aktiviti dan khususnya UKM. Kerana pada saya pengalaman ataupun yang saya dapat berkongsi dengan anda semua pada hari ini mungkin berlainan sedikit pada apa yang kita belajar dari buku, apa yang lecturer beri taklimat dalam kelas dan sebagainya. Dan sekiranya sesuai dan sekiranya boleh, kita harus usahakan satu program macam lautan sambil belajar lah. Ya, apa yang saya harapkan is saya nak bawa you all pergi project site, apa project. Saya rasa itu lebih makna. Kerana belajar je dalam lecture hall ni tak sama kan. Bila pergi tapak project itu dah kena pakai safety equipment, dah kena pakai hard hat semua, dah berpeluh, barulah tahu macam mana seorang engineer bekerja. So the working environment. Satu lagi, saya tengok banting yang disediakan sini, dia kata building careers. Janganlah pula ingat ini satu sesi recruitment exercise kan. Tetapi seperti mana yang Dr. Dekan sebut tadi, kalau ada soalan-soalan yang begitu menyerlah, yang begitu hebat, setiap bulan saya tawarkan kerja straight away. Okay, first izinkan saya untuk mulakan taklimat saya pada petang ni. And there's quite a short presentation, tak panjang, tapi kerana saya lebih pentingkan soalan-soalan daripada anda semua. Don't be afraid to ask, because I think that's where we all learn. Tak kuat.
Which itself is hardly special, being one of about 200 billion stars in a vast sky. Our galaxy, the Milky Way. So big some days I find it hard to comprehend. Even the Milky Way is just a tiny drop in the cosmic ocean. Just one of 100 billion galaxies, formed into an enormous web, stretching away in all directions. At this scale, each point of light is an entire galaxy, which not only puts our little world in perspective, but also makes it difficult to believe we really are alone. Wherever I go in the world, people ask me.
This is always a question that we all ask, whether we are alone, whether there's extraterrestrial life out of our planet. Tapi I think to answer that question will require another day, and that's not the focus of my presentation today. Pada mulanya saya ingat Fizo nak tayangkan trailer Star Wars. Tapi itu kita nanti Disember 15 nantilah dalam tempoh 2 minggu lagi. I think today, for my presentation today, apa yang saya ingin bentangkan ataupun touch on to discuss is actually perubahan yang kita alami pada ketika ini dari segi the changing world. Today the civil engineering faculty will have to think differently daripada zaman dulu. You all as the new graduates of this new era where technology and disruption is happening, will need to think of how to adapt to the new world. There's a few changes that we can see today. The first one is urbanization. Urbanization ni, istilah urbanization ni is where ramai daripada mereka-mereka yang ingin menetap di dalam kawasan bandar. Jadi you see a lot of buildings going up, skyscrapers lah basically. Orang tinggal di bangunan-bangunan yang setinggi 118 tingkat dan sebagainya. Resource scarcity dan climate change, we all know this. Makin lama all our natural resources is being utilized. Jadi we have to think of new ways of generating energy, for example. Global economic powers, that's also changing. The demographic shifts, semakin lama semakin ramai orang kata warga negara, setiap negara makin they become older lah, demographic changes. But what's important is the technological advances, perubahan-perubahan yang ada, yang sedang berlaku, and a lot of business are being disrupted. So all the 6 trends, insofar as UEM Group is concerned, now I've shown this, tetapi for us UEM Group, we have 4 core businesses. First one is Lebuh Raya, we own Plus. Second one is UEM Sunrise, which is property development. Yang ketiganya engineering construction, engineering dari segi construction, project management, dan juga cement manufacturing, which is CIMA. Dan keempat is UEM Magenta, bottom left tu. UEM Magenta is pengurusan facility management. We build buildings, we maintain buildings. We build highways, we maintain highways. So that is the orang kata civil engineering capability lah. If you look at our businesses pada secara imbas ni, you mungkin tak rasa kenapa ada business ni, tetapi semuanya berkaitan. So a civil engineer today can be working in Plus as katalah asset owner, tetapi next year he could be working in UEM Magenta as the maintenance engineer. So that is the opportunity we provide in our organisation for a civil engineer. But of course, the civil engineer or mechanical engineer can work in CIMA. The civil engineer can work in UEM Sunrise sebagai seorang project manager, sebagai contoh. So that's how we are designed. These are the 4 key businesses that we are in today. But the point is this, the technological changes that we are facing today is also affecting our business. I'm convinced one fine day autonomous vehicles will come into Malaysia. Mungkin kita sediakan satu lane yang khusus atau khas untuk autonomous vehicles. Kita boleh lah charge tu yang lebih tinggi sikit, lebih banyak lah. And of course, all the technological changes dari segi IoT, Internet of Things, the creation of smart cities, so dari secara langsung will affect the houses that we build. UEM Magenta will be changed. I'll have a slide for UEM Magenta, I'll keep for that. And UEM Sunrise also. For UEM Sunrise, the way we are marketing our products is now different. We're using augmented reality ataupun virtual reality to showcase our products, the houses, the apartments that we launch. Tak perlu lagi kita membina those buildings to show customers what our apartments look like. Now, what should worry you is this: 2 billion jobs to disappear by 2030. Malaysia is not going to be spared. We are also going to be affected. Tetapi yang pentingnya is what kind of jobs. Itu yang bezanya. The jobs that will be disappearing are the manufacturing type of job yang processesnya yang telah ditetapkan, which may not require a lot of grey matter, a lot of thinking. Now at the same time, new jobs are created. For you civil engineers or built environment, you have to think about how in the world of civil engineering, how can you include technology in your working life. So you have to have a good understanding also of how technology is going to affect your working life. And at the bottom there are all the new type of businesses or new type of jobs that are being created as a result of the technological advances. Kalau those days, we have highway patrol, we have traditional bricklayers who build buildings, Yeah, in time to come, drone pilots, production engineers will also disappear. Now, what we meant to say here is that a lot of the jobs will be redefined. Yeah? For example, the engineer. How you define an engineer those days? Yeah? Is somebody who designs, builds, maintains, yeah? all these assets. Tetapi an engineer of tomorrow is the person who solves problems. The word engineer itself is the word engineer itself, yeah, is meant to describe a person who solves problems. Yeah? And in your coursework, I'm sure, yeah, banyakkan daripada your course material involves solving problems. Now, another trend that you should be aware of is that certain job families are on the decline. Yeah, so if you see this slide, memanglah engineering and architecture, you are up there lah, so you have nothing to worry about. Betul tak? Whereas people who are doing construction, manufacturing and production are no longer relevant. Dulunya semua orang nak buat kursus finance, kononnya nak jadi CEO. Dia kata kalau jadi civil engineer tak boleh jadi CEO. Bukan, tak sama sekali. Saya berani kata di sini, saya agak menyesal juga saya tak belajar civil engineering. So you all on the right track. I'll explain why later. Okay. So the key thing is that the two top job families are on the rise: architecture, engineering, as well as computer science and mathematics. So, how do you future-proof your career? Maknanya, how do you assure yourself of being relevant, of having a job in time to come? Now, if you look at the top 10 skills that is being predicted or projected in 2020, those are the top 10. Yeah? It's got nothing to do whether you can solve a mathematical equation or whether you can solve a problem. It's more solving complex problems, thinking, creativity, innovation dan sebagainya. I see some of you taking notes or taking photos. Tak apa, I'm happy to give to Dr. Dekan these slides. Nanti, you know, he can put it on your portal or something like that. So don't worry, just pay attention. Itu lagi penting. Yeah? So kalau kita tengok the shift, yeah, from 2015, what is important, and in 2020, what is being projected to be important. Memang sama, tetapi yang penting kan dia beri banyak emphasis on complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity and people management. Yeah? Now you're all too young to know these two characters, but they are from Star Trek. This way back in the 60s and 70s lah. And pada ketika ni dia banyak orang kata reruns or kata remakes. So the famous phrase from this particular movie is when Dr. Spock, the guy on the right hand side, says, I fear, Captain, that the future is already here. Actually, the future is already here. Here we talk about driverless cars, we talk about nanotechnology where you have microbes repairing tissues, for example, in the world of medicine. All those things are reality actually. Yeah? Now, yeah, again, when we talk about the future, it's really here. Drones are a big thing today. Yeah? Jadi you are no longer, or lorry drivers are no longer relevant because you have driverless trucks. But drone monitors, drone pilots are important because somebody needs to control those things. Even then, if you think about it, it can be automatically programmed for a drone to fly from A to B to deliver the services or the goods, yeah? Pizzas for example. And of course, robotics is very big in our industry. Yeah, kalau you pergi production line, banyak sekarang. Kereta, even cars. Cars are manufactured using totally robotic production line. And of course, remote monitoring, radio frequency identification, smart sensors, all these are that's coming into the business today. Now, for those of you in built environment, I hope as part of your curriculum, you actually are learning building information modeling. Ada ya, Dato'? Because this is going to be the way of the future. In fact, if you can, make sure you are very good at this. Because in time to come, cuba bayangkan, if I want to build a building, I will not employ consultants anymore, CNS ataupun M&E consultants anymore. I key into my software, the buildings, you know how many floors, what is the size of each room, yeah? And the BIM and computer system will generate building plans. Yeah? And this is the way to go. So, and we realize that, that's why we're also preparing our staff with this. The next big thing is IoT and data scientists. Yeah, you must have heard of the term. In our understanding, data scientists are these people. The keyword that's interdisciplinary field. It's not just one aspect of this one discipline. It always involves a few disciplines. What data scientists does is they look at data and they try to see a pattern. Yeah? Dia tengok data, dia kata, oh, at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, ramai orang pergi beli coffee. For example, why? As an example. Between 4 to 5, a lot of people do something. They go to the grocery shop. So with that sort of data analysis, what marketing does is they kata the program. Okay, they will tell the retailers between 8 to 9 is where all the traffic comes. You should offer discounts, to attract more customers. Sebagai contoh lah. So the discipline there is not just about computer science, but it's also about behavioral patterns, about people. And Internet of Things is a big thing that's happening even in our organization. This is the control room of our business, UEM Magenta. Now in this control room, we monitor how air conditioning units in a hospital in Alok Star is performing. We track the energy consumption, the amount of air conditioning volume that is being produced, and the reason is simple. We want to see, or the machine will tell us now. The machine will tell us this unit is going to break down. Better send somebody to go and have a look, to go and to repair. We don't want the machine to break down, betul tak? So the machine is predicting for us by looking at past pattern, looking at the data that is being collected. Mula-mula dia tengok data je, dia collect je. And now the machine is learning to tell us when the machine is going to break down. Dia tengoklah kalau energy consumption dia meningkat sebagai contoh, ya, ataupun the amount of cold air that is being produced is dropping unnecessarily lah. Yeah? The pattern is different. So data analytics is about looking at trends, and this is the way to go. So from here we don't have to have, yes, selalunya kalau budaya penyelenggaraan, maintenance punya regime, you have somebody go around check kan. Sekarang kita tak payah, benda tak rosak je baru kita hantar somebody to go and check. Di negara-negara di luar macam di Korea for example, dalam tong sampah pun dia letak sensor. Dia letak sensor, kalau tong sampah tu nak penuh, barulah ada orang pergi collect. Sekarang ni penuh tak penuh ada orang pergi collect, betul tak? Ada orang pergi round ni kan. Itu is a simple application, but it's very very relevant in today's world. And in the office building ni, we have put a lot of sensors and devices to track people's behaviour. Apparently dia letak sensor dalam toilet pun, dia tengok berapa banyak penggunaan toilet tu. Need to send somebody to clean the toilet. Macam-macam lah. So this looks at the data scientist looks at the patterns. Back to BIM ni tadi, this is very important for the building industry in the country in time to come. Again, if you have not, or if you didn't like this subject, you better pick it up to be relevant. This is the way to go. BIM is the way how we design buildings and how we construct buildings. The way I see it, when you design something using BIM, the product or the output can be used straight away to manufacture parts. You may have read in the papers, the country is moving towards precast system. Precast system is IBS, the simple word, industrial building system. So if you imagine just now, the building plans have been generated by the computer, masuk dalam system, and the system will produce all the walls, the beams, the pillars, the floor slabs, all measured, all dah produced lah. Jadi the guy, bila dia dah produce, it's manufactured. Once it's manufactured, the trailer will come, take all the parts and go to the site and assemble. No longer letak formwork semua tu. Faham kan? Guna this term, you all go, I assume you understand lah. I cakap seorang shot seorang. I guna juga. No, I'm sorry, I don't know what the course material is. Maybe I should also spend time at university learning as a student. Apalah dia orang ajar university kan? No, because it's important again, for industry, for the academia to relate to what we do out there. But that's good. If you understand what I'm saying, you're on the right track. So in time to come, the skill set is no longer construction. The skill set is actually assembling. Yeah? In Australia, they are already building high-end apartments using precast system. The reason is very simple. Bila you masuk apartment you takkan tahu membezakan, bila you pegang dinding, you tak tahu bezakan sama ada precast ke tidak. Betul tak? Tak ada orang masuk pergi apa dinding pun. Kan? Dia tengok cantik je. And it's all about the finishes and the aesthetics and the paintwork. Kan? So this is the way to go, and this will become very, very relevant. Kalau if you choose to be a consultant in your career, kemudian hari, you still need to do this. If you choose to be in the construction side, you still need to understand this. If you choose to be an asset owner, because if you think about it, in our business lah, the asset owner is macam plus lah. Katalah you own a building, you want to build a building, you the asset owner, you employ a contractor, he has to understand BIM juga. The consultants need to understand BIM juga. So all the three, orang kata penjuru tu, the three parts of that equation still needs to understand BIM. Right now, a lot of companies are forced to do this because the government is forcing everybody to go BIM. The government is forcing industry to go into precast system. When you see, secara tak langsung, when we go to precast system, we don't need to employ cheap labour from neighbouring countries, because that one ada banyak masalah dia kan. Pada masa yang sama, when you adopt the system, presumably the workers are more skilled lah, because you have to understand all these systems and sebagainya. So in that way, that is consistent lah with the aspiration to go to be a high income nation. Sama juga UEM Sunrise Group. UEM Sunrise, the property developer, I gave you some examples tadi about building, and now you have drones delivering products to the site. Sima, you ingat pengelangan simen ni, dia kalau cuba bayangkan the grey powder tu, you will tell me grey powder is grey powder lah, betul tak? But do you know, today there is this thing called self-curing concrete. Maknanya, kalau konkrit tu dah bangunan tu, ada retak sikit je, the concrete will merge together balik. Masih eksperimental lah, but it's real. Cuba bayangkan, jadi kontraktor yang buat kerja-kerja tampal tu memang dah out of business lah. Kalau konkrit pun boleh pulih sendiri kan, cuba bayangkan. I think that is fantastic. So a lot of research is going into cement business as well. Of course, plus our highway operations. This is the control room. We monitor the highway 24/7 with all the cameras along the highway. One idea of new technology is this. We see traffic, we have cameras. The cameras, we're trying to do this. This is real. The cameras, and you heard about so many accidents on the highway yang melibatkan kenderaan berat yang orang kata menyeberang sebelah jalan, bawa tak tentu halda, speed yang tinggi dan sebagainya, betul tak? So imagine cameras detecting erratic behaviour of motorists. Maknanya dia buat laju ataupun dia buat tukar-tukar lane, the system will alert the police. So polis kejar cepat, kan? Untuk mengelakkan kemalangan di jalan raya. So that's one big application that we're trying to do at Plus. So that in a nutshell is my presentation. I have another slide to show you about our project. This project is in Melbourne. The project is called Aurora. 92 tingkat. 92 tingkat, 959 unit apartment. Nanti dulu. Tak pergi buka rumah dulu. Kau lah tengok video. And we were lucky, kita dapat jual ke semua 959 dalam tempoh 3 minggu, 4 minggu saja. Lepas. So, and why we are very proud of this project is because tapak asal dia sebenarnya parking lot saja. Tapi kita beli parking lot tu, kita dapat tulisan, approval to build this 92-story apartment. Belum siap lah, masih dalam construction. Okay. That's the car park, the rooftop of the car park actually. because they have to demolish the car park. The building on the right hand side kan remain intact. Actually kita nak beli juga bangunan yang sebelah tu, tapi tuan punya tak nak jual. And the uniqueness about this site, you see in Melbourne, most of Melbourne is granite. Jadi kita tak perlu buat any piling pun. There's no foundation. 92 tingkat, cuba bayangkan 92 tingkat tak payah piling. Saya gerun juga, saya bukan engineer tapi saya gerun juga bila dengar kan. Tapi kita buatlah geological test, ya, to profile, to test the foundation, the rock. See the core, the leaf core tu yang naik, yang ada logo tu kan, ada logo UEM Sunrise tu. Sekarang ni dah agak tinggi. Setiap kali rakan-rakan saya ataupun ni lah partners yang pergi ke Melbourne, dia ambil gambar, dia hantar. So now everybody can see the UEM punya logo in the middle of Melbourne. And ada satu grup itu saya tayangkan video ni, saya ada sebut juga. Ini saya jemputlah nak pergi ke tapak projek. Jadi angkat tangan, Datuk, kita pergi tapak projek kat Melbourne boleh tak? Kata boleh kalau bersesuaian. Tak payah kita Melbourne, di KL pun kita ada tapak projek KL 118 kan. Ada HEJIM stories, naik tinggi. Mana yang saya sebut tadi, saya lebih pentingkan, saya lebih suka meluangkan masa saya untuk menjawab soalan-soalan. Masalahnya kalau ialah bila tanya sesi untuk soal jawab ni, budaya kita semua diam, semua takut, tak nak bersuara kan. Staff saya pun sama juga. Tapi staff saya dia takut dengan saya, tu pasal dia tak nak tanya. You all tak seharusnya ada perasaan takut lah kan. Seperti mana yang saya sebut. Jadi kalau tanya soalan yang begitu menyerlah, mungkin tahun depan insya-Allah, tak biar tahun depan pun, sejak lagi saya tawar kerja. And dari segi peluang pekerjaan, saya rasa you all don't have to worry, because there's a big demand. There's so many infra projects in the country, and you always need you always need staff, you always need workers. So secara langsung, why don't we open the floor to questions and answers, because as I said, saya lebih suka sekiranya you all mengambil peluang pada tengah hari ini untuk membukakan apa-apa soalan yang mungkin yang luar biasa. Tadi saya ada sebutkan, kalau saya diberi peluang, selalunya saya ditanya soalan lah. Sekiranya saya pergi di luar negara ataupun even in IPTAs kan, student selalu tanya saya, Datuk, kalau Datuk boleh ulang balik kan, basically what would I do right lah kan. So saya selalu jawab, sebenarnya kalau saya boleh diberi peluang balik, saya akan belajar, saya akan buat kursus civil engineering, dan selepas tu bekerja. See, the reason is very simple. You all have the benefit, you all have the advantage. You can easily learn finance. I studied in finance. I'm a finance graduate. But I can never be a civil engineer. I cannot study civil engineering today and then apply to the board of engineers to be a professional engineer. Tengok Datuk Dekan kita, Sir Datuk Engineer kan. I can never have the IR title, betul tak tu? You all have the benefit, you've done the right degree. Now, after you graduate, my advice is work for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and then you must study finance. Yeah? And when I say you study finance, tu bukanlah buat PhD ke apa ke. You know, you can do an MBA in finance, and the reason is this. Yeah? When you work, you must have an appreciation for business, an appreciation of commercial. Semasa saya bertugas di Tenaga Nasional dulu, sebelum bertugas di UEM lah, this is between 2004 and 2009, I was the CFO of Tenaga. Bila bercakap dengan engineer kan, they don't have commercial appreciation. Bila nak beli parts, it must be from Europe. Pasal dia standard dia begitu tinggi. Yelah, beli pada Europe, beli pada Japan, lebih kurang tapi harga dia lain kan. It will do the same function. So in Tenaga, I had the phrase lah, an engineer's dream is an accountant's nightmare. Pasal engineers are not the best. But it's meant to encourage people to be a bit more commercial minded. Yeah? And that's what's lacking today. If you can, you know, apart from BIM and IT and all that, banyak kerja ni. Study also, have a good appreciation of finance and of accounts and business. Yeah? It's not difficult. It's quite easy compared to engineering. Seriously, in those days, the best finance lecturers are actually engineers and physicists. Actually, they are the ones who understand how atomic molecular movement to design or to formulate a lot of finance formulas. So that's just an aside, yeah? So why don't we do that now? Why don't we just proceed with the question and answers that you all may have? Oh. Oh, really? Wow. Lebih baik daripada orang kerja ni. Ada 4 envelope di sini. Student saja lah. I will not tell you what's inside, but I guarantee you, you all will like what's inside. I know last time when I came here earlier, we had a helicopter ride. Tapi helicopter ride tu seronok sekejap je lah. But what's in this envelope, you will like. I'm sure. Okay, siapa nak mula dulu? Soalan kena menyerlah barulah saya boleh bagi. Okay, dia angkat tangan dulu. Sorry. Dia angkat tangan dulu. Salam.
Untuk macam kami fresh graduate, apa nama? Boleh ke kami untuk jadi ke CEO lah, dalam CEO kan? Macam kami ambil engineering.
Ya.
Tapi kalau untuk CEO, mesti kena ambil ekonomi ataupun finance kan?
Ya.
Boleh tak budak-budak engineering jadi kepada CEO dan teruskan itu kan?
Tak ada masalah. CEO of Tenaga is a mechanical engineer. Okeylah, mungkin you nak kata itu sebab Tenaga Nasional is satu environment yang memerlukan kepakaran dari segi teknikal. Tapi ianya tidak ianya tak semestinya satu halangan lah sekiranya you berkeputusan civil engineering. As I said tadi, but it's good, it's better. In fact, it's probably a requirement for you to have understanding. Maksud saya, you tak perlu ikuti kursus finance pun kalau you understand finance. You know what I mean? And banyak courses yang finance for non-finance people, that sort of thing. What I'm saying is, kerja dulu, pergi tapak projek, buat design. Importantly, you must be involved in consultancy work where you design buildings. You see, most contractors in our country tak pernah buat design. Jadi kan bila dia pergi site nak buat bangunan, dia belasah saja. Itu yang bangunan sengit, yang kena VO, yang tak betul, macam-macam lah. When you understand design, you work in a design firm, engineering design firm, CNS and M&D, you will understand how the when you read the design building plan, the drawings, you know what to do. Kebanyakan pada kontraktor kita tak pernah ikut that path, dia straight masuk construction. Itu yang banyak timbul masalah. So pada masa yang sama, lepas 5-6 tahun you dah bekerja, you move and study finance because in business it's all about it's all about making money lah. You cannot orang kata do something because it looks nice. You do something because it has to make money. Of course, if it looks nice, better lah, kan? I don't know how to give you an example lah. Yalah, katalah macam tadi, contoh tadi, you need to buy a genset. Good example, genset. All know what gensets are, kan? There's one that's made in Japan, there's one made in Europe. Made in Europe tu memang Rolls Royce lah, hebat lah. Tapi harga dia lain pada the one in Japan. So if you have to buy, you save more money if you buy the one from Japan. Warranty sama 5 tahun, 10 tahun, whatever lah. Betul tak? So you must have that precision. But if you don't, if you only have that precision, you tak perlu orang kata mengikuti satu kursus kewangan, tak apa, tak ada masalah. Cumanya kursus kewangan tu bagi you satu pengalaman yang menyeluruh lah. Where to raise money, how to negotiate with the banks, how to negotiate a joint venture agreement, macam-macam. Yeah? The only thing is this, bila you jadi CEO, your technical knowledge is not so relevant anymore. Because you will not need to calculate the coefficient of friction, for example. Tak? I don't know how to calculate the coefficient of friction, but I know what goes in the formula lah. Itu dari segi pengalaman lah, kan? Because over time I learn. You tengok, from experience lah, because I go to the site, you get experience that way. I have to. Kalau tidak, my problem, if I don't speak the language, nanti engineers tak respect lah. And then worse, dia asyik putar balik kita je, dia tipu je. Ini kita tanya soalan, dia terpaksa jawab. Bila dia jawab tu, dia berhati-hati sikit, kan? Okay, ya? Dan tadi, steady.
Talking about building careers, I want to ask how you yourself build your own careers when you became a CEO of UEM Group Berhad.
Do we have a slide of my past career? Tak ada. Sebenarnya saya lupa nak tunjukkan slide tu. Okay, I was a science student, but when I went to Australia, I studied in Australia, University of New South Wales. I decided to pursue a finance degree, and I was lucky because in second year university I decided that I want to work in a bank, investment bank. So bila you decide to do something like that, your emphasis atau your focus is already towards that lah. You take subjects that you know will be relevant when you work in investment bank. Okay, and so what happened was, when I came back, I worked in an investment bank, a merchant bank, for 10 years and 10 months. That was between 1985 to about 1996 lah. And part of that, they sent me to London to work for 3 years. So after 10 years and 10 months, I worked in a company called MRCB, Malaysian Resources Corporation Berhad. Agak sama, the same company that you hear today, MRCB. And in that company, I was very lucky. I was the chief operating officer. That was when I was 32 or 33 years old. After MRCB, I decided to take a break. I did my Hajj, I got married. I got married late in life. And then in January 2004, I worked in Southern Bank Berhad for about 8 months sahaja. September 2004, Khazanah MD asked me to take on the job CFO of Tenaga. So di Tenaga itulah yang mula kena cakap, kena faham all these mechanical engineering terms, all the electrical engineering terms. And I always find engineers very precise. You see, engineering is precise. A plus B must always equals to C. Betul tak? Kalau accountant, A plus B tanya, you nak apa? You nak C, you nak D, you nak E? You usik lah kawan you dekat accounting firm, kata, you all ni memang tak boleh pakai. A plus B boleh, apa-apa pun boleh, kan? Then I worked there for about 5 years until 2009. So July 2009, I mula bertugas di UEM. So today is 8 years, 5 months and 3 days. Actually, kelip-kelip mata dah 8 tahun, 5 bulan, 3 hari lah. So, I never imagined to be a CEO. If your question is, how did you become a CEO? Actually, I don't have an answer for that. I was very lucky, very fortunate to have this opportunity. Yalah, mula-mula dari CFO ni, there's a saying also, CFOs may not make good CEOs. Kerana CFO ni, kalau asyik kira duit dia, dia ni sebenarnya tak akan menjadi CEO yang bagus. The CEO needs to take risks. CEO needs to be a people person. CEO needs to be a marketing person. Kena pandai cakap, pandai jual, pandai macam-macam lah, kena pandai. Dia all rounder kan. Kalau you CFO ataupun in this case you are engineer, you pandai buat technical je, you pandai kira je, tak ni lah, tak akan jadi. Jadi the point is this lah, the skill set that you need to have must be everything. Yeah, when I talk to my HR team, I know what to say, I know what to ask. Dia pun tak boleh gelentung. I have to talk to the engineers, I know what to ask, what to say. I talk to finance, itu yang orang takut dia tak boleh lawan kan. So everybody has their own skill set. Yang pentingnya is this, yeah. What is important as advice for you graduates? You need to decide. Katalah when you start work next year, by the age of 30, 32, you have to decide what you want to focus and what you want to be. It's not easy to say I want to be a CEO because that doesn't mean anything actually. Ya, maksud saya sebagai contoh, if you're in engineering, katalah you like design, then you focus on being in a design consultancy firm. Then you are good in designing buildings. As an example lah, civil engineers kan. Because when bila kita nak buat projek nak membangunkan satu bangunan ni kan, apa tu, skyscraper ataupun apartments, when the architect comes, I don't pay attention to the to the architect. Architect ni dia ego besar, dia suka nak buat bangunan yang cantik, dia tak kira whether structurally it can be built at a very effective budget. Architect, so when the team comes in, I always ask, who is the structural engineer? Because then I will know whether the design of the building is efficient, yeah, can be built. Kalau ikut architect, semua ni sayap sana sayap sini, semua dah tak boleh build. So civil engineering is very important. I'm trying to convince my 14-year-old son to study civil engineering. The other day I bawa dia pergi ke site tapak projek KL118. Wah lah, kat 2 jam peluk je lah budak tu. Saja je kan. Turun dalam, dekat raft tu, tengok dia orang tuang simen. Because we were pouring a lot of concrete into the foundation. The foundation is about 18 feet thick. And so of course lah, I was asking, dia pun dengar lah. Dia dengar, dia kata, wah, very interesting engineering. So I told him, and this is trying to relate to a 14-year-old. I kata, you imagine civil engineering, you look at all the courses, banyak courses yang I sebut tadi dah tak relevan. Tapi kata kat anak you cuba bayangkan, you watch all these sci-fi movies, what is still there in whatever year lah, 25,000 compared to 2017 today. The buildings are still there, walaupun the buildings in outer space and all that. So who constructs the building? Must be the civil engineer, betul tak? So civil engineer, you're all on the right track. Orang yang cakap buat electrical engineering tu, dia fikir dia pandai, tak pandai sangat. Sorry, lawak je lah. Dulunya, semasa saya sekolah dekat University New South Wales kan, I tak faham tau. My friends, especially the Chinese students kan, first choice medical, ni lah, medicine. Second choice electrical engineering. Then I found out it is the second most difficult course. So a lot of them went for electrical engineering lah. But you all are on the right track, don't worry. So itulah secara ringkas my career. Like I said, I never imagined to be a CEO, let alone of UEM today. You know, tomorrow, if let's say lah, andaian lah katakanlah Khazanah kata, okay lah, Dr Izzaddin dah 9 tahun kat UEM ni, tahun depan you tugas dekat katalah IHH. IHH is a good example. IHH is a hospital chain that is owned by Khazanah. They own Gleneagles, Pantai, and hospitals in Turkey and so on. Am I a doctor? No. Am I a pharmacist? No. But I have to start understanding, what the doctor needs, yeah, what it takes to run a hospital dan sebagainya. And as a CEO, you don't need to know the specifics. You just know what to ask. So that is the general sort of rule like that. Yalah, sometimes I wish I was a doctor juga. But never mind, that's another story. Okay, yang lain. Oh, banyak soalan ni. Why don't we start? Not fair lah, 3 of you share one question boleh tak? Siapa yang kat? Okay, you at the back.
My intention is not to become CEO. I cannot I want to become a CEO, I will ask questions on how to become CEO. I'm doing engineering education, PhD right now. My background is environmental science, environmental assessment in my master's degree study. Previously, I heard someone mention about building, to do some building in Empat area, for example, because Empat area they have what you call that, the limestone. So they have to drill deep inside until they reach the granite, something like that. And just now you mentioned about building in Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah, granite, yeah.
That part I'm not very clear. Could you please elaborate more?
No, because Batu Kapur limestone is hollow. You know limestone caves? So that's why KLCC is built on a lot of limestone caves. They have to pour in a lot of concrete pump into that cavity, yeah? Because limestone's got cavity. Kalau granite is solid. Hong Kong is solid granite, that's why you see all the skyscrapers. Environmental science, this soil investigation, you do a lot of soil investigation, geological work?
Geology, studies data. And another question, actually our graduate center in UKM is organizing a trip to visit TNP Jana Manjung, Perak,
Yep.
in the coming week. Could you please have a little bit, because your friend also is from TNP.
The TNP Jana Manjung is a real model power plant. When they planned to build the first 3 blocks, they had even reclaimed enough land to build totally 5 blocks, if I'm not mistaken. So they're adding on. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's a very impressive plant. What you should look out for there, because Jana Manjung is a coal-fired power plant. So they have to bring coal from Indonesia, put it on the conveyor belt, store it, make sure it doesn't burn, doesn't catch fire and things like that. But itulah, you look at the station manager of a power plant, actually it's a very strenuous job. The reason is, you tengok all these dust, make sure that nothing goes wrong. Kan? And to me that's very stressful lah. But I don't know, I mean, you should, you should look at how the various parts of the plant work, the relationship between the coal yard, yeah, and how it feeds into the turbines and so on lah. Yeah. Okay, one guy, you. Okay. Dia angkat tu. Sebenarnya aku nak ni. Then I'll come back here, okay?
You said the company are making business side. So what if your engineer make an unethical decision? Just because of business.
Unethical decision. Dari segi apa tu? Unethical.
Maybe sometimes in construction there's something that you need to replace. Maybe they don't replace just because they save finance.
Oh, okay. That's a very good question. You all decide, you all decide. I decide. Banyak soalan ni susah. Okay, that's a very good question because contractors, I shouldn't say this lah, but contractors typically are very dishonest people. Kadang I marah kontraktor, I kata you all ni kan, I sebenarnya kontraktor juga, one of our business. Nak jadi kontraktor ni syarat dia mesti dishonest. Aku macam tu sekali. No, because they cut corners. Example konkrit dia pancur simen dengan pasir, dia tambah pasir lebih, and then bangunan tu crack, betul tak? You all know that. Great, you all already know, you can start work lah next year, boleh? So kan, that is real, and that's why there is this thing called supervisor. Masalahnya bila supervisor tidur, tak ambil tahu, ataupun bersama-sama bila lepas minum kopi dia pun relax, dia tutup mata sebelah, or dua-dua belah. Then work ethics come in place lah. Yeah? For the client, there is a project manager or supervisor that needs to supervise the contractor. Shouldn't cut corners. Yeah? Shouldn't cut corners because you are putting lives at risk. Katalah you salah pancung konkrit tadi, bangunan runtuh. Yeah. Kalau bangunan runtuh, siapa salah? Mula dia cari the design consultant, betul tak you design ni? Then dia tengok, design ni betul tak dia buat ni? Selalunya apa yang kau buat tu jauh sekali pada apa yang didesign. Itu masalah. I think you deserve one. Jangan cakap tahu apa dalam tu. Jangan buka lagi. I will tell everybody what's in the end. Come on this side. Siapa tadi? Ya, you first. Assalamualaikum. Kuat sikit boleh tak?
Nama saya Mohd saya berminat dengan future transport development. Nanti ingin tanya berkaitan dengan HSR yang Kuala ke Singapura.
Oh, HSR.
Difahamkan bahawa UEM Group Berhad
Yep.
progres politik tertentu. Soalan saya bertanya mengenai PLAS. Perkara ini ada dengan kaitan dengan maju oleh Berhad.
Wah, soalan hebat. Memang benar kita akan membidang. We will participate in the high speed rail project. Ini high speed rail project ini for us is very different. It is not about building a rail system from KL to Singapore in 90 minutes. To us at UEM, it is the development, the economic development of the corridor. That will be 7 stops. You tengok highway kita kan, katalah dari Bukit Lanjan sampai ke Bukit Raja tu, kan, di NKBE lah kan. Cuba bayangkan pembangunan yang telah naik di sebelah, kedua-dua sebelah lebuh raya tersebut kan. So, inilah konsep untuk high speed rail. Pihak kerajaan takkan membelanjakan 40 juta, 40 bilion, 60 bilion ya, sekiranya dia tak ada hala tuju yang sedemikian untuk membangunkan ke-7 stesen, kawasan di sekitar ke-7 stesen ya, yang berada dalam jajaran high speed rail itu nanti. So yes, we will participate in that project. It's going to be very exciting for the country. Dan pada masa yang sama, kalau saya lah pihak IPTA, tak salah saya, salah satu daripada IPTS tu dah dia mulakan kursus on rail system focus kan. Ya? Yeah? ETHM, bagus. Because we have to have the workers ready. We have 6 tahun head start lah kan. Because we want to make sure we maintain the system ourselves. We make sure we can develop the system ourselves. We make sure we have our own engineers. Tak payah import daripada luar negara, betul tak? So we need to design courses yang bersesuaian dengan permintaan kehendak industri. The second question maju holdings tu, I think panjanglah cerita, tetapi masalahnya kan, kita ada seorang anak perempuan yang begitu cantik, ramai orang yang cuba nak masuk minang, tapi semuanya tak berkeupayaan. Tak cukup syarat. Mana you boleh buat andaian you nak mansuhkan tol ya, untuk kerana kutipan tol tu kita guna untuk penyelenggaraan. You cuba bayangkan ya, katalah kita punya revenue is 4 bilion, you tolak interest 1.5 tinggal 2.5. Kos penyelenggaraan tiap-tiap tahun is about 900 million. Kita ada 4,000 lebih ya cerun-cerun yang kita rentasi. Masa kita bina North South Expressway tu, banyak kita ya kita terpaksa menembusi banyak bukit-bukit dan sebagainya. So the sistem pengaliran dan sebagainya. Jadi you cannot say the cost is very high, kerana ini sejauh 900 hampir 1000 km daripada Bukit Kayu Hitam sampailah ke Gelang Patah kan. So apa yang disebut oleh pihak yang berkenaan memang tak masuk akal ya. Kalau you boleh maintain, you kata tak payah kutip tu, tak payah bayar pampasan, mana nak datang duit itu nak menyelenggara itu. Pada ketika ini ya, masalah ni pula ya, ramai orang for us ya, sejak 2005 sampailah pada ketika ini tol tak naik-naik, 13.6 cents per kilometer, masih tol yang sama. So yalah, nasib baik walaupun tak ada kenaikan tol, tetapi volume traffic volume makin lama makin meningkat ya. Ramai orang dapat berupaya untuk membeli kereta, ramai yang dah mula bekerja, so the traffic goes up. Tapi kalau to say that we cannot toll, I think will be it will not be viable, it will not be sustainable. Tak boleh biayai kos operasi. Sebagai contoh, kawasan rehat yang kita sediakan di sepanjang lebuh raya Utara Selatan, betul tak? Semua orang tahu betapa hebat, betapa bersih, betapa itu semua kos. Ya, secara amnya ke semua 68 apa RSA ni, Rest and Service Area ni, ya, kesemuanya kita rugi sebanyak 35 million ya, tahun lepas. bukanlah kita anggap sebagai rugi, kita anggap itu sebagai satu pelaburan untuk menyediakan perkhidmatan yang bagus bagi pengguna-pengguna lebuh raya. Masalahnya pula dia sebut tu rest and service area. Sepatutnya taklah berkelah, bertapak kan. Itu yang selalunya kesesakan semasa cuti perayaan umum lah. Itu masalahnya kan. Sepatutnya masuk sekejap, rehat, makan, semayang, jalan lah kan. Tapi dia berkelah kat situ, dia nanti trafik dah ada, itu lah tambah kesesakan. Sorry, melencong sikit. Okay kan? Ada lagi soalan sebelah sini? Ada di sebelah sana ni? Okay lah, you Lady in Stripes, yeah, you.
In 2030, right?
Yeah.
Like there will exist big data doctor,
Yeah.
and etc. Like I would like to ask your opinion. What will be the biggest impact to the human living? Like what the fresh graduates can contribute to the future if there are a lot of automated machineries and technologies.
Well, there's always a debate that's ongoing about what will happen to mankind kan? If machines are going to learn and think faster than human beings, you can sit down. You have another question? No, that's your question. That's one question. Yeah. I have very strong views about this, about displacement of human now, because no machine can displace a human, at least not with the current technology, maybe not another 20-30 years. Because man, well, I say man, I mean man and woman. Mankind is made differently. There is that human touch. You know that phrase, human touch? Yeah, no machine can emulate a human touch. Although recently, if you Google Sophia, Sophia, I don't know if you all seen that. Kan? That's quite scary, like you ask me. Tetapi it still needs a lot of human intervention and input. Kan? So I'm not sure how to answer your question. If you ask me, I think man ataupun the human touch or the human element will always be needed. Yeah, again, you watch a lot of vision, or you read a lot of stories about the future and all that. We cannot displace man. The human touch is very different. You cannot clone, for example, mankind or human, right? For example, there are a lot of ethics involved. In fact, some of the leading pioneers in artificial intelligence are against displacing mankind. I think Elon Musk is one of them. He doesn't believe in AI. The trouble is that the machine will learn, but the machine will learn patterns, and I guess the machine will learn to predict patterns as well. Yeah, but mankind is very different. You know, we behave differently. You just look at yourself, how you react. Do you have the same reaction every time? Let's say you receive bad news. Do you cry the same amount of cry every time you cry? Is it the same amount of tears that you drop? The answer is no. So that's the logic for me lah. For me, nothing will replace mankind because we are unique creation. Even you, as every individual is different to start with, right? But even you, like I said, you get bad marks in your exam, you cry. Katalah the next year you get also bad marks in your exam, you still cry, but it's not the same amount of tears that you shed. Your emotional feeling is not the same. You know, you understand what I'm saying? You don't react the same every time. You know, mankind is not predictable. That's my point. And that's the uniqueness of the human being. We're not predictable. Yeah, your wife will tell you you're predictable again. I said, now my wife is. I'm very predictable when it comes to food. My wife will know exactly what type of dessert I want, depending on time of the day, whether it's a weekend or weekday. Lain. So senang. Sorry, does that answer your question? So don't be worried about this. You will see these sort of headlines everywhere. But to me, mankind can never be replaced. My view. Okay, lain? Come.
Assalamualaikum Dato'.
Salam.
Saya Irwan daripada Mekanik
mechanical engineering.
Ah.
So saya ada 3 soalan. Yang
Tiga.
pertama, daripada presentation Dato ada menerangkan pasal towards industrial revolution 4.0, which is we considering about the drones and all the robotics.
Yeah.
And then how you can secure the job for my friends and me also, secure for the next future job if robotics semua dah take over UEM. I mean, why not? I have a suggestion lah. If UEM can provide the other job is all the engineers from the mechanical and electrical can combine, that can control the robotic also under UEM. And second question is regarding the UEM MMC join for the Pan Borneo, 50-50 share, right? So for the future selection atau job career, so macam mana? Sama ada UEM yang akan cari pekerja atau engineer ataupun MMC yang cari sama-sama 50-50. And then yang the last one is
kalau you nak sanggup duduk kat Kota Kinabalu, silakan daftar. Email saya ada kat ujung tu. Nanti balik dengan orang Kadazan. Tak apa. So the first question on the jobs tu, again, I think the thing is, I as an employer, I don't necessarily say that if katalah you bertauliah atau your qualification is civil engineering, you don't necessarily have to be a civil engineer. The qualification you have, just say that you have sat through a lot of exams, did a lot of projects and you came out well. Itu saja. Today you are fortunate because bukan saja UEM yang cari civil engineer, banks pun cari civil engineer, consultancy firms pun cari civil engineer. So don't ever think that you need to work at the site. That's why I said just now, for you all, when you graduate, the first job tu you ambil je lah apa, jangan fikir sangat. Tetapi pada masa yang sama, you fikir, kata by the age of 30 or 32 lah, you have to decide what you want to work as in the future. Yeah, I give you a simple example. Kalau somebody in finance, who qualify in finance, kalau dia tak suka jumpa orang, dia akan pilih kerjaya yang di mana dia buat banyak penyelidikan, research, backroom lah. Dia sediakan accounts, dia buat research dan sebagainya. Kalau dia suka jumpa orang, dia akan cari kerjaya yang melibatkan marketing. You know for example, banker ke relationship yang jumpa orang kan. So ianya bergantung kepada your perwatakan lah, depends on your character. The only part is you must know yourself lah. Janganlah by the age 30 pun I tak sure lah, I nak ni ke nak tu kan. That's your job. Once you graduate, that's your task ataupun that's your responsibility when you graduate until the age 30. Because the first 4 years, 5 years tu boleh lah main sikit, tukar ni, tukar sini kan, cuba kerja macam-macam. Kerana alam kerja nanti is very different from the university life. So again, when you have your qualification, it doesn't mean you should work in a civil engineering environment. Tetapi pada masa yang sama, pada ketika ini, we don't have enough engineers. So what that means is you all, again, ini dah banyak kali saya sebut ni, you are on the right track. Jangan sekali-kali tukar nak buat jual online business, nak ikut Nilofa ke apa ke, janganlah. Because you are the select few. There's not many engineers, there's not many technical, capable workers in our country. For a country to progress, we need technical people. And if I'm not mistaken, what the ratio now is, Arham, maybe you can give an idea kan? Ramai yang mengikuti kursus finance, legal dan sebagainya, IT, tak banyak yang ambil kursus engineering. So you are the select few. So by definition, you should be okay. So dari segi gabungan kerja tu, I think that will come. Whether the civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers take over the job of a lot of workers to control drones and so on. This side, cepat dia. Yes, silakan. Yeah, you. Salam. Soalan cemas. Bagus soalan tu. Actually, I'd like to give you one of these lah. You asked a question about the humanity just now. What's your name again tadi? You. Felicia, yeah. Come. Kenapa you tanya saya sudah makan ke belum? Saya nampak. Apa dia? Wah, ini pandai ni. Dapatkan soalan yang you patut kerja berkempen untuk Yang Berhormat tau. Dah, Alhamdulillah saya sudah makan tengah hari tadi, makan awal sedikit. Tetapi apa pilihan saya tengah hari tadi agak tersilap sedikit lah. But never mind, that's another story. So kita ni bila dah berumur taklah makan sangat kan. Cuba makan isi perut je, bukan isi perut. Makan apa? You eat to live kan, bukan you live to eat. No, your second question is the best question. Actually, you deserve one of this. What do I look for? Apa yang saya utamakan? Betul tak? Apa yang saya utamakan semasa kita mencari inilah warga kerja baru bila kita interview. Tidak semestinya kita berdasarkan pointer semata-mata. You may score 3.7 at best, or 3.8 or 3.9 or even 4 lah. You may get the interview but you may not get the job. You may only score 2.5 or 2.8 but you still can get the job. Apa yang bezakan seseorang graduate di antara graduate yang kita pilih lah So sebenarnya yalah, bila you tanya soalan macam tu, ramai yang akan beri jawapan macam-macam lah. Dia kata pandai berkomunikasi, keterampilan yang bagus, pandai berfikir, pandai bercakap, macam-macam lah. Saya kalau orang bagi kriteria itu, saya kata kalau saya ada anak perempuan, saya akan nikahkan dengan dia lah. Saya memang hebat, tak wujud orang macam tu. Itu soalan standard. Pada saya, yang paling penting sekali is attitude. I will recruit somebody with the right, may not be great results, tetapi attitude dia bagus. Semua boleh. Dia ikhtiar, dia pandai macam-macam lah. Dia resourceful, dia because attitude dia nak belajar, nak berjaya. Itu yang saya pentingkan. Berbanding dengan seorang 4 pointer, dia ingat dia cukup pandai, dia lagi pandai pada interviewer. Dia ingat dia lagi pandai pada group MD. Kan? Attitude is always important. And sikap lah, this is sikap sikap kita, yalah, pandaian saya bila saya sebut sikap ataupun attitude tu, yang lain-lain pun lengkap lah. Kawan-kawan yang pandai, tapi tak semestinya terpandai dalam kelas lah. Kita ada beri hadiah utama, the gold award kan, for each of the IPTAs, the best student in engineering faculty. The university akan pilih lah, dan pada masa yang sesuai, wakil daripada universiti, daripada IPTA dan juga student yang berjaya tu datang ke UEM. Saya beri juga tawaran kerja, tapi tak semestinya dia tu akan berjaya. Tak ke semua, you all know, tak ke semua orang yang berjaya dalam dunia ni semuanya pandai-pandai di universiti, betul tak? So jangan buat andaian sedemikian. Lagi satu saya nak sebut di sini, jangan sekali-kali fikir you from UKM, you tak ada peluang langsung untuk bekerja menjawat jawatan begitu tinggi. Don't ever think that way. I will tell you why. My head of legal is from UIA. My company secretary is from UIA. My previous group CFO was from UIA juga actually. Engineers ada yang from I think USM, UM. We are recruiting a group CFO from UITM. Tapi bila datang interview, saya tak tengok semua tu. Saya tak tengok qualification. File ada situ, staff saya tu punya file tak indah je. Saya nak cakap dengan dia, nak berinteraksi kan. So sembang-sembang, okey lah, dilupakan kod kafal. Oh, UITM, bagus. Bila saya ke luar negara, di Manchester University ataupun Melbourne University, saya selalu ceritakan cerita ni, and saya sebut pasal kadang-kadang pelajar-pelajar dari luar negara ni, dia fikir dia hebat. Dia kata, you all don't stand a chance. You know, my group CFO is from UITM. Malulah dia sikit kan. So jangan fikir you are a graduate UKM, you tak ada peluang langsung. Banyak peluang. It all boils down to attitude. and your interest and your energy and your commitment dan sebagainya. Come. Sama. Tertib betul orang ni. Patut kempen tu. Okay. Other questions? Come silakan. Yang sebelah sini senyap sikit lah. Kenapa? Salam.
Saya Afiq Barum daripada Kejuruteraan Kimia. Soalan saya, saya punya final year project adalah pembangunan mobile application. So kiranya saya punya apps ni berkembang universiti ke universiti lain. Saya nak minta pendapat Datuk sebagai CEO, apakah knowledge ataupun perkara basic yang perlu saya sediakan sebagai entrepreneur?
Yalah, if you sekali you pandai, orang kata dengan idea dia yang macam ni, kita at UEM we have what we call ideation program, ideation competition. Baru-baru ni kita buat competition untuk warga kerja kita memberi buah fikiran, idea yang boleh menambah baik proses-proses yang sedia ada dalam bisnes kita. Ada 5 hadiah, setiap hadiah RM2,500. So ramai staff yang mengambil bahagian dan banyak juga idea. Tapi yalah, itu satu, orang kata, event yang kita akan adakan tiap-tiap tahun lah. So kita tidak akan, orang kata, kita tidak akan membantah lah sekiranya seseorang warga kerja tu banyak idea. Idea tu bagus, kerana inilah perbezaannya. You all baru masuk kerja kan, jadi you tengok satu benda tu, you tahu cara nak boleh menambah baik lagi proses dia. Betul tak? You faham? So ini terpulang kepada majikan lah. Sama ada mereka at UEM, we are open. Katalah you ada idea baru, apa salahnya? Cumanya kadang-kadang masalah ataupun fenomena yang you all akan hadapi bila you masuk ni, banyak yang orang kata mereka-mereka yang telah bertugas begitu lama di satu syarikat tu, jadi dia tak nak tukar dah cara dia bekerja kan. Jadi ini bergantung kepada syarikat lah kan. Yang cakap UEM, kalau you ada idea baru, kita ada competition even. Kalau you ada baru tak ada competition, you boleh salurkan kepada mereka-mereka nak pegawai-pegawai tertentu, termasuk saya sendiri. Saya banyak juga terima idea-idea daripada staff kan. Datuk, why do we do macam ni, boleh, tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau you dah, orang kata, inclined towards nak jadi entrepreneur, kita ada juga competition. Pihak khazanah menganjurkan satu program di mana warga kerja itu boleh membentangkan cadangan mereka untuk jadi entrepreneur ya. So itu pun boleh juga. Tapi janganlah nak jadi entrepreneur you harapkan kontrak daripada UEM pula. You dah berhenti daripada UEM, you buat idea, you kata projek saya ni, idea saya ni bergantung pada kontrak 100 juta tiap-tiap tahun daripada UEM. Tak boleh lah kan. Tapi kalau you develop a product and all that, kita tak adalah nak kata nak provide funding ke apa, tetapi saya secara personally I can introduce you to venture capital dan sebagainya, tak ada masalah kan. Saya juga, I also on the board of YBhg Group Berhad, Selcom dan sebagainya. Kita ada fund kat situ untuk to invest dalam syarikat-syarikat inilah yang ada idea-idea mobile application dan sebagainya. Okay, lain? This side? Yes, you. I know, okay. These top 10 skills ni, if you tell me you can solve complex problems the minute you graduate from university, you memang luar biasa lah. Kan? You will not have that. Critical thinking, you should have some critical thinking. Ini bukan satu komen of our education system. Our education system is our education system lah. Tapi slowly I see that the ministry is trying very hard, you know. There's apa tu? The one in the secondary school thinking. Apa nama lagi? That's right. So that will enhance the critical thinking of the student. Actually, critical thinking ni tak perlukan banyak, orang kata not much effort. You know, critical thinking is you see something, you try and figure out, is there a better way of doing it? Is there a cheaper way of doing it? Cheaper way tu orang finance bercakap kan. So in all these skill sets, some of this will come naturally with you when you start working. People management, this is also important lah. In the office, I always tell people, work will never kill you, but people will. So before my staff kill me, I shoot them first. Lawak aja. People management is very important. Cara kita berinteraksi dengan rakan-rakan sekerja kita. At the end of the day, everyone is a professional. You respect each other's capability, the rest is easy. You understand what I'm saying? Because you come to work, you have to interact with others. You cannot think you are a silo, you work all by yourself. It's always a teamwork. So that comes naturally. Now, some people are, what's the word? Dia tak pandai berinteraksi dengan orang lain lah. Tapi unfortunately at work, you have to. You need to interact. And of course tadi yang saya sebut tadi, kalau you suka berinteraksi dengan orang, you pilih kerjaya yang melibatkan jumpa orang dan sebagainya. But even if you are an engineer, you still have to meet people at the site. You still have to deal with the contractors, you still have to deal with suppliers. Kan? Macam saya, kalau saya pergi site, kalau saya tak jadi people management, kan? Okay lah, simple example. Masa kita tengah membina low cost carrier tu, pergi site dekat airport KLIA 2 tu, pergi pagi, tengok ramai pekerja-pekerja asing tu duduk tidur. Masa tu aircon, bangun ada aircon sedap lah, dia tidur. Padahal tu 8.30 pagi, sepatutnya dah mula kerja pukul 8, masih tidur. Staff saya pergi tu serkah hebat, woi, bangun. Kan? Kalau kawan tu angkat parang, lari tu. Staff saya panggil dia, bos, Syarahan ke? Mimpi apa ni? Kan? Tapi sometimes there's a limit juga. You know, you do these things. So people management is always important in your working life. The rest, I guess, it comes with experience lah. Judgment and decision making. Again, experience. You know, when you start work, inilah kelebihan you all. Bila you mula kerja, you mula bertugas, you tanyalah soalan yang tak betul pun, bos takkan marah. So dia tahu you graduate. Tapi janganlah tanya soalan yang sama yang tak betul 3-4 kali kan. Bila dah jawab 2 kali tu, kena faham lah, kena belajar lah. You imagine, if you come and work for me, you help me solve my problem, you help me my work, I will make sure you get a good bonus. Natural, betul tak? Pada masa yang sama, this is my favourite photocopying story lah. My staff dah dengar 2 kali lah. Semasa saya mula bertugas di London 3 tahun, masa tu saya baru je graduate actually 1986. For the first 3 months, kerja saya asyik fotokopi je. Dia suruh saya fotokopi. Kan? Tak apalah, fotokopi. And then ada masa dia orang ada satu perbincangan. There was a meeting to discuss. I will keep this short. They had a problem. They cannot solve problem. So saya angkat tangan. So saya kata, can I speak? And Mak Saleh ni memang dia cukup kuat perli lah. Oh, he can speak. Padahal selama ni dia tak bagi kita cakap. Itu Mak Saleh. Very condescending kan. Cukup kuat perli. Padahal kita nak bagi cakap, dia tak cakap. Dia buat tak faham kan. So kata, you imagine, one of the first question I asked, oh, do you live in trees? Izzaddin? I said, no, we live in caves. I got air condition, colour TV, fridge and everything. Kita pandai balik lah kan. Ingat dia pandai. Dan Mak Saleh ni pandai cakap saja. Tapi yang pandai tu memang hebat pandai. Semasa saya mula bertugas di London, sorry, dia dah orang kata digress juga. Tapi tak apa. Semasa saya bertugas kat London, I was part of management training group, 25 orang. Dalam 25 orang tu, seorang aja yang berkelaikan finance, saya sendiri. Yang lain ni, dia orang belajar pelik-pelik, tetapi dia punya critical thinking hebat. The finance theory, semua dia dismantle. Dia boleh kata kenapa assumption semua salah kan. So itu memang top 1% lah, you know. Yang lain tu semua tak boleh pakai, pandai cakap je. So balik pada cerita photocopying tadi, so angkat tangan, saya kata, can I speak? So dia kata, oh you talk. So I kata, okay, why don't we do this. Lepas tu dia kata, that's a good solution. In fact, it is the solution. Right immediately, I stop photocopying, mak saleh lain pula kita kerah photocopying. So what is the moral of the story? Moral of the story is, I was reading what I was photocopying. I know what was going on. I took an interest to learn what was going on. Kan? Sekarang ni tak ada bos yang suruh buat kopi dah. Tak ada. Jarang. Tak pernah lah. Yang tak ada lah. Photocopying tu ada lah. Tapi you must take interest lah. What are you photocopying? Janganlah pergi suar duduk dekat tray photocopying, duduk. Betul ambil, betul hantar. Macam tu tak berkembang lah. You know, you don't progress that way. Right? So these are a lot of lessons in life I'd like to share with you, because I went through the same thing. Make no mistake, I went through the same thing. You know, when people come for interviews, oh Dato, what is the work-life balance in UEM? I kata very simple. You want to be successful by the age of 35, you want to be successful, you want to be able to travel on holidays without worrying, it's work, work and work. But I practice work-life balance juga. Sebagai contoh, I refuse to have meetings on weekends. I don't have meetings on weekends. Kan? Kalau PM call, terpaksa lah pergi, lain lah cerita kan. Jarang lah, tak ada pun. Kalau bos saya, MD Khazanah call, itu lain lah cerita. But you must know how to balance these things. To me, I tell my staff, dah kerja 5 hari dah. Dari pagi pukul 8.30 sampai pukul 8 malam, pukul 5, pukul 7, whatever lah kan. Tak payahlah weekends tu. And saya tak pentingkan seorang tu dia tiap-tiap malam balik pukul 9. Kalau tiap-tiap malam dia balik pukul 9, memang problem. Sama ada dia tak pandai kerja ataupun dia banyak kerja, ataupun dua-dua lah. Kalau dua-dua tu masalah besar lah kan. Tak pernah sabar lah, betul tak? Sorry kalau ada yang terasa tu kan. Betul lah kan. You know, it doesn't make sense. How can you be working every day till 9 o'clock? You cannot. There's something wrong. So I know, does that answer your question? Okay. Come, next question. You can have a few more. 4:20 already. Yes. After this you. Salam.
Saya Ariff.
Alif.
Yes. Sebelum tu saya nak ucapkan terima kasih kepada Datuk kerana sudi datang ke Aktiviti.
Cik, Arto. Salam lagi pada KP.
Kalau kita nak lepas kita graduate, mostly requirement kita nak majikan nak 2 hingga 3 tahun pengalaman bekerja. As kami semua ni adalah graduate. Apa yang boleh kami samakan pengalaman kami dengan ability kami yang hanya belajar dia tak bekerja, maybe ada part time dalam 4 tahun tu, nak equivalentkan dengan requirement 2 hingga 3 tahun pengalaman.
No, saya rasa sekiranya majikan tu tetapkan syarat sedemikian, saya rasa tak patutlah, tak sesuai lah. Because tak ada pengalaman, tak ada kerja, tak ada pengalaman kan. Tak masuk akal. Jadi itu pasal ramai ni sekarang ni, ramai pada pelajar-pelajar kita yang tidak yang tidak dapat yang tak ada kerja. Dia seboleh-bolehnya, kalau bolehlah pihak universiti sediakan satu program di mana sebahagian daripada tempoh khusus tu ditempatkan internship lah basically kan. Tapi kalau engineering fakulti 400 orang, saya kena ada banyak projek lah nak tempatkan 400 orang. Tapi kita boleh usahakan, kita boleh bagi pengalaman. Because you must have there's a program called Scheme Latihan Satu Malaysia. Ramai pada unemployed graduates dia ditempatkan di beberapa syarikat. Kita bagi pengalaman dalam setahun, tempoh setahun, kita bayar dia juga some salary. Dan mereka semua dapat kerja selepas tu. Kerana inilah isu ni. Tetapi pada saya, janganlah orang kata rasa kecewa sebab sekiranya ada majikan syarikat yang tetapkan syarat sedemikian, saya rasa memang tak wajar, tak sesuai lah kan. Kita tak ada syarat-syarat sedemikian, kita tengok je qualification kan. And bila bertugas, bila you mula bertugas, ada satu proses di mana seorang warga kerja tu dikenakan apa yang disebut probation period kan. Dalam tempoh probation period itulah you kena bekerja, bertukus, memuas dan sebagainya. Ini yang unemployed graduate ni saya cerita betul lah, cerita sebagai kita ambil satu pengajaran. Kita ambil tiap tahun dalam lingkungan 400 pelajar, skim latihan satu Malaysia tadi. Unemployed graduates yang telah 9 bulan, setahun tak dapat kerja lagi kan. Bila dah mula bekerja, bila nak bekerja tu bersungguh-sungguh lah. Tapi bila dah mula kerja, lepas sebulan datang lambat, tidur masa kerja, tak ambil elak dan sebagainya. Dia sikap, attitude is wrong already. So tak lama lah dia bekerja dengan kita, kan? Tak patutlah kita dah bagi peluang. You see, it's all about opportunity, peluang. Saya selalu percaya sekiranya seorang tu diberi peluang bekerja, mungkin dia boleh buat kerja yang lebih baik dan dia berjaya. Tapi it all boils down to sikap tadi, attitude. I mean, why you all studying? Why you all studying? You want to work, betul tak? Itu yang sekarang saya tak faham tu, tak masuk akal. And that needs to be addressed. Come, siapa tadi yang kat belakang? You. Tak dengar. Sikit. Mau itu bawah sikit. Universiti Putra? Macam mana start kat sini? Yep. Okay, UEM, because our business is infrastructure, we use a lot more civil engineers. That's why kita datang kejuruteraan awam, fakulti kejuruteraan awam. Mechanical engineers they're not many, they're not enough. I mean, to advise you as a woman, I think I'm not qualified to advise you as a woman. But all I can say is, the expectations are the same. Kan, of a lady mechanical engineer as opposed to a male mechanical engineer. So I don't think it's any different. You know, yelah, at the end of the day, kalau mechanical engineer, you don't have to worry about climbing structures lah, sebagai contoh. At best, it's the boiler in the tenaga plant. At best lah. But that's a controlled environment. It's an enclosed environment. It's not so bad. Civil engineers are more challenging. You have to go to the site, difficult conditions and sebagainya. So, I'm sorry, I don't know how to answer that question. I actually don't know what you're looking for in that question. But I should think it's the same. You know, it shouldn't be any different. In fact, you have the added advantage. If you can do well, you can work well as a mechanical engineer or civil engineer, people will say, hey, hebat. No, frankly, pada saya lah ya, when I see my female staff, I always admire them. They are a staff, they work, career person lah. They are a mother, they're also a wife, and they should not forget that they are also a daughter. You nak main peranan 4 ni, bukan senang tau. For the ladies lah, if you're able to work and keep up with that ni, I really respect. It's not easy. That's one advice I can give you lah. Jangan because we don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. You look at my management staff, female and all that. Kan? In fact, kalau finance, selalunya orang sebut, kalau finance staff ni, kalau perempuan dia lebih teliti, dia lebih jujur, kan? Engineers, I think sama, dia tak ada issue. Sorry, I don't know if that answer your question. Okay, kalau kita di belakang. Salam. Okay, soalan yang bagus. Bila kita jalankan satu usaha bersama-sama Samsung, kita tetapkan, kita buat ingat tu ni, kita buat what we call the organisation chart, project director, quantity surveyor, quality assurance, macam-macam lah, contracts manager. So kita bagikan, kita agihkan, tenaga kerja daripada Samsung dan juga daripada UEM. Sebenarnya, you cuba bayangkan lah, walaupun kontraktor ni projek ni 60%, this joint venture ni 60% Samsung, 40% UEM, do you think, katalah the project needs, I don't know, 2,000 workers, yeah, at the peak, maybe 4,000. Do you think Samsung is going to bring 60% of 4,000, 2,400 Koreans to come and work here? Tak masuk akal. Paling hebat pun maybe dia buat 40 orang, 30 orang sahaja, which is actually the case. Yang lain semua dia suruh kita cari. So pada saya sebenarnya tak ada langsung apa kata any restriction lah, ataupun how it should impact local workers lah. Ya, kemungkinan the workers yang disebut tu yang dia bawa dari luar negara tu is buruh kasar dan sebagainya, but we don't want that. We want more skilled workers, betul tak? Skilled positions. Those are the better paying jobs. So janganlah percaya sangat social media tu. I tahu you baca apa ni. CRL macam tu. Okay, I can have time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Ni ada satu envelope lagi ni. Siapakah pelajar yang bertuah pada petang ini? Wah, dia sungguh-sungguh. Kak, silakan. You tengok apa? Orang kaya? Berjaya, okey. Kan kita tak dengar. Subjek tu. Ya, sebenarnya kadang-kadang orang kata right time right place juga. Kan? And saya sebenarnya yang saya sebut tadi lah, saya tak pernah cadang pun nak jadi CEO. Tetapi bila orang bagi satu tanggungjawab sebagai CEO, ini satu amanah. Yang pentingnya you must know yourself lah. Boleh tak boleh buat kerja yang ditugaskan tu. Jangan kata CEO lah, GM pun cukup. Ada staff saya datang saya, bila saya tanya, okay, kenapa kerja tak siap? You are GM. You know apa dia kata? Oh Datuk, saya tak minta promotion GM, tapi Datuk dah bagi, saya ambil je lah. Ada yang jawab macam tu. Bagi. Ada serius, saya cakap betul ni. Ada pula staff, I jumpa EN evaluation kata, I want to promote you to GM. Ada staff kata, Datuk, don't promote me to GM. I don't want to be GM, I want to be a technical person, I nak focus my technical knowledge. Bayar bonus lebih sikit tak apa. Tak payah nak bagi status. Dia tak minat dengan status, dia tak minat dengan title. Ada orang macam tu. In fact, ada ramai orang tu. Orang macam tu yang saya minat. Dia tahu dia punya kebolehan, keupayaan dia. Kan? Apa yang, because kita bila kerja, kita nak do the best, betul tak? Jadi janganlah promise tak perlu ada. Ini kalau datang interview semua boleh buat. Percaya je kan? So bila you kata great opportunity ni, is kadang-kadang nasib baik juga, kira nasib juga. Kalau macam in my position kan, kita tengok projek, kita tengok katalah kita evaluate projek, sama ada nak berlabuh ke tidak dalam satu projek tu. Kalau you buat analysis tak habis, memang sebanyak mana analysis pun you will never know. That's why I say in business, if you're 80% sure, jalan. Because why? You will never be 100% sure. The reason is you don't know 100% pun. You dah kaji dapat. Berdasarkan apa yang kita dah kaji ni, go. Kan? That's how people make decisions. Yalah, itu juga bergantung pada perawakan kita. Kan setengah people very conservative, very pessimistic. Then tak boleh buat business lah. You faham? Business is about taking risk. And just what is the risk? And in business, we have what we call mitigation, to make sure kita dah identify risk tu, lepas tu kita pagarkan lah, kita make sure dah ada backup plan dan sebagainya. But if you are doing that already, you are on the right track also. Good. Last question. Come. Silakan. Salam. Wah, ini orang green ni. Yes, we do that. Kita dah lama dah kita buat rain harvesting. Now we try to introduce solar panels and sustainable energy. You know, our design of our buildings also. Bila kita buat apartments dan sebagainya, we gunakan the same sort of sustainable systems, kaedah-kaedah yang akan membolehkan kita make sure the energy is conserved dan sebagainya. So I think that is a given already. What we have to do more is dari segi our own the way we work. To me, all those things are important for the future. Fossil energy is limited. So we need to try new ways to make sure that we conserve the climate and energy. A lot of things that in our business that we try to do. We recycle a lot of the waste dekat rest and service area tu. Kan, the rest and service area banyak, all the shopkeepers dan sebagainya. We make sure that they also use recyclable materials dan sebagainya. So it may not be apparent in our business, but we're trying to introduce, for example, the road surface is bitumen. Bitumen is oil based, so we are currently researching into polycarbonate type of material to use as road surface, as an example. So there's some research that's going on in that as well. But we need these sort of ideas from you. You are the ones yang orang kata exposed to the current developments and current technology, and hopefully that will be the way forward. The new ideas. Actually, I'm not so sure who to give. I have a few ideas lah. It's either you ataupun okay lah. You deserve this last. The envelope is RM200 worth of H&M voucher. Dah tu lah. Kenapa tak tanya soalan? Kalau saya sebut H&M tadi semua angkat tangan tak? Dok. Kandang misal. Okay. Actually, I'm very happy that you all asked a lot of questions. I'm very happy that my slides tadi pun sekejap saja. Very happy that you all asked a lot of questions. And that's the attitude you should have when you start work. Jangan sekali-kali takut nak tanya soalan. Banyak orang kita ni bila time soal jawab semua diam, malu, segan. Lepas tu ini staff saya pun sama juga. Kan? Bila kata okey bagi soalan secara bertulis, dah timbul soalan bertulis. But it's good. Don't worry about expressing yourself. This comes with practice. This comes with working experience. Okay, kalau sekiranya tidak ada lagi soalan, and if you allow me lah, I need to also rush back to meeting back in KL. Sekali lagi saya ingin ucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada pihak universiti, kepada pihak fakulti Kedokteran Awam dan juga rakan fakulti. Apa yang saya harapkan is sebenarnya yang sebut tadi lah Dato Wahab, kita organize a field trip lah, kan? Field trip mungkin kita tak boleh lah ambil sampai 400 pelajar. Mungkin dalam lingkungan 50 pelajar ke 30 pelajar, kita buat batches lah, kan? 2 bulan sekali. Saya bawa ke tapak kerja di KL itu, so ini dapat pengalaman. Okay? So sekali lagi terima kasih. Actually, you are my best crowd lah, because sebelum ni yang bertukar mesej, yang bermain kat belakang, yang tidur kan, I think it's not fair. That shouldn't happen kan. Because when we come, the CEOs, myself and all my colleagues, the other companies kan, we really want to help you do well in your field. Semasa saya ke universiti dulu tak ada CEO yang datang nak berkongsi pengalaman dan sebagainya. So ambillah peluang ni untuk belajar. So again, selamat berjaya. I know holidays tak? Very soon. Tak ada? Final exam? Sorry. Selamat maju jaya. Jangan gopoh-gopoh dalam jawab soalan, and I wish you well. And actually I hope to see you all when we have our career fairs and sebagainya. Please try and come and try to apply for a job at UEM. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.